Well, the kicker, Brandon Aubrey, is out to get this one started.
And we are underway from Atlanta.
And that's not going to be returned, as so many kicking teams elect to do. This is past the landing zone, and we'll start at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. They'll start on the ground with Harris. And he'll fight forward on the straight-ahead running for just a couple of yards. 2nd down.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. From the gun, it's Jackson. Oh, his first throw of the game going to be intercepted. Picked off by Ernest Jones. And to the 40-yard line, that's where the return stops. So, CD, his very first pass of the afternoon intercepted.
And I know that's a major surprise for any quarterback because, look, let's face it, no one thinks about throwing interceptions. But think about all the warm-up that we saw, right? Every pass he threw wasn't a single interception because, oh, that's right, there were no defenders out there. A little bit different when there's live guys out there chasing the football.
They run with a dangerous Saquon Barkley. And he is into the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. Saquon Barkley, 40 yards. And the Falcons take the early turnover and convert it into an opening touchdown. Aubrey good with a PAT. And it's now a 7-0 game. So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back forthcoming, so this will come out to the 30. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And the interception on that opening drive winds up leading to the touchdown, so now it's kind of time to start over.
Yeah, it certainly is, and his first throw of the game. But I like the way his guys rallied around him. Oftentimes, the quarterback is the leader, right? He tells everyone what to do. In this case, I noticed his linemen around him kind of patting him, saying, let's go, big boy. You're still our leader.
They'll give him 4 yards there, and it'll be 2nd down.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
Jackson now. And a throw right sideline is complete. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. A first down there on a pickup of 25. Here's Jackson. That's complete to John Ross.
That's over 40 yards of movement with those last two plays.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll power his way forward for about 4 yards there on the first down carry.
From the 21, here's the second down and 6.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there, good enough for a Raven first down.
And that's the big fella's MO right there. Running through tackles, keeping the sticks moving forward. This defense, if you don't bring 11 guys to the ball to try and get him on the ground, he's going to keep making runs like that. I feel the press box shaking every time he touches the rock.
Quick strike out wide by Jackson. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Ravens touchdown. An 11-yard touchdown.
And the Ravens are an extra point away from drawing level.
Point after, right down the middle. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away.
And not willing to risk a return. This ball's going to come out to the 30-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line.
Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but last drive, that was the case. One play to get into the end zone, and now they'll try to duplicate that success here.
And it's rare for those moments to happen. Incredible when they do. And you saw the celebration. Pure, unbridled joy after that one.
Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
And that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. 7-7, our score after 1. Back now in Atlanta, second quarter action. The Falcons with the football as they've got it with a 3rd down coming up.
Backed up here. Tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
Manning. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the former Falcon, with it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line.
And I think this is a situation where a quarterback coach on the sideline is going to talk to a signal caller and say, listen, it's 3rd and long, and it's still early in the game. Let's not force things here. If we don't feel good about it, let's just check something down and pump the football.
After the interception, here's Jackson. Throw left side complete. That's Ross. And able to get this down inside the 15 to either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
2nd down and a yard.
Harris running straight ahead. And he'll go down here at the 12-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
My high school football coach was very fond of saying, you've got to meet force with force. And on a short yardage running play, that's what you're going to encounter. And how about them picking up the first down on that one?
To throw is Jackson. And that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down.
Have to give some credit to the defender on that when he read all of his keys perfectly and got a great break on the ball and able to force that incompletion.
No, we changed it.
Now it's Jackson.
And that falls to the ground, incomplete. A nice job of bodying him up defensively, and now it brings up third down.
Basically, you're not going to outwork two guys very often.
Double coverage. I thought he was going to go somewhere else for the football. I get it. That's a stud wide receiver. You want to try to get him the football.
Yeah, sometimes you rely on him a bit too much. You forget the other options that are out there.
And inside the 5 here before he's out of bounds, right at the 3. A good effort there, 9 yards, but it's going to leave him looking at a 4th and 1.
Going quickly out to the right side.
And in for the Ravens touchdown. A great effort there. A beast in the red zone with his second touchdown of the game.
And the Ravens' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points.
Extra point right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
And no chance to see a return on the dynamic kickoff. They'll move this out to the 30-yard line. The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. That 7-0 lead of theirs short-lived as they've now given up 2 straight touchdowns to fall behind by 7.
Yeah, but no cause for discouragement here. Yeah, they've fallen behind, but haven't they proven that they can go down and score? So what was the formula to get them down there the first time? Get back to something close to that, and maybe they can get this game tied up.
Once he broke through that first wave of defenders, there was a pretty big gap there for him to run.
And it helps that they were in a dime defense. That's 6 defensive backs. So this is why a lot of teams now are searching for those linebacker safety combo type guys who can add a little bit more size on the defensive side of the ball, but can still run as well, because when you run against 6 DBs with some bigger offensive linemen, you often get this result.
Now they'll audible to something else.
They'll stay on the ground with him, and he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
When you find that kind of yardage, you couldn't be more confident as a ball carrier. And guess what? You're going to go back and tell your offensive coordinator, I'd like to keep carrying it, thank you.
Second down and 6 now.
Now Manning. And he goes down. The Ravens able to get to him. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next.
So here's a 3rd and 14.
Throwing now is Manning. There's the 8-time Pro Bowler Marvin Harrison. And he can only get this to the 42-yard line, and that is not near enough. So the completion results there in 9 yards, and that's going to bring up a 4th down. Creeping up on a minute to play in this first half.
Oh, they're changing this at the line.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the first half. So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. This will be spotted just shy of midfield, a 59-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Nice way to start the drive, a gain of 12 and a first down. Throwing is Jackson. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. That's good for a Raven first down, 15 yards there. And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing playing against a good quarterback like he is to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front. Defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield.
And that one going to come up short. Low throw.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Now Jackson. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Ross. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 21 seconds to go here in the first half.
A yard all they need, but it's third down.
Jackson will throw again. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on third down. This offense converted once on fourth down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. Jackson.
Pass taken in by his big tight end.
And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. They go for it on fourth down, and it pays off big time as they pick up 29.
So after the big play on fourth, here's 1st and 10.
And now we'll get a late timeout as it comes in the waning moments of quarter number 2.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
To throw again is Jackson. Flush to his right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football.
But it looks like one of the DBs has it.
And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Hey, we can preach ball security all we want here, but how about that effort on defense? Excellent job inside the red zone. Just took away at least 3 points by forcing that fumble.
He'll take the knee, and the final couple seconds will tick by in this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. It'll be Falcons football, and they trail here as we get back underway on EA Sports.
And no return forthcoming. It'll be a touchback. And the third quarter will start from the 30. About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. They do trail, but they have a chance to possess the football first to try and do something about it.
And that certainly makes it something of an important drive for them, because is it going to win the game? No, but you have to do something to bring some life to your sideline.
5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Let's go.
To throw, it's Manning. His throw incomplete.
There's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Not liking the look. They'll change the play.
On 3rd down, here's Emmett. Room here to run.
Down the left sideline.
And he is finally brought down at the Ravens 18.
76 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
And the NFL's all-time leading rusher, Emmitt Smith, really solid game there. Although during his day, he wasn't necessarily known for the huge chunk yardage plays, was he?
That's so true, because when you think of Emmett, you don't think of long dashing runs. You think of these shorter burst-type runs to accumulate those 18,355 yards. But don't get fooled. When he got into the open field, he could break a big one.
A first down carry for Barkley. Looking for a crease, can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play there. 2nd down.
Maybe I'm wrong, but it looked like even if he had opted to keep that, I don't think there was going to be much to gain.
Seemed like it was perfectly defense. And know what they say? Those guys on the other side, they get paid too.
Third quarter of a tight football game as we come up on a 2nd and 10.
19 Tiger, 19 Tiger. Hey, smash Bronco.
Throwing is Manning. Trying for Brown, and it's intercepted. Deion Sanders, the former Falcon, with it.
And the Ravens will take over here at their own 14-yard line.
So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the third quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in. Coming out to start this third quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And their defense just helped them out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them, because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
That's going to go as a loss of 1 on first down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Jackson. Flushed out right. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
They've been trying and trying, but they haven't sacked him yet. He's been able to get away and make plays. Tried to make another one downfield right there, but to no avail. They'll have to keep up the pursuit, though, and not let him get high.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Yo, yo.
Now it's Jackson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Oh, I thought he had that one, and that was nearly a big third down conversion to give this drive some life. Instead, they're on the spot and help separate the receiver from the ball.
Now let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They'll indeed go for it with Jackson. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. A surprising move to go for it, and predictably, at least somewhat predictably, it doesn't pay off. And now possession will go over inside the 15-yard line.
Yo! Pass the 60, pass the 60.
They'll try the right side here. Barkley looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage. Up from the secondary to make the tackle, Jalen Ramsey. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot and trying to get it outside.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Amari Barno. The blitz works to perfection as he gets in there to dump him for a loss of 8.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his third down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching Madden Ultimate Team on EA Sports. Back now in Atlanta. It's the Falcons. They'll have the football, but trailing on the scoreboard as we get set to begin the 4th. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Set. Street.
Manning now to throw. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Atlanta. Cordero Patterson from 21 yards away.
And the Falcons have moved out in front here in the 4th quarter. Now the extra point up and good by Aubrey.
And it's now 17-14.
So after the touchdown, Aubrey now to kick this one away. And no run back here. That's going to be a touchback, and we'll bring it out to the 30-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive.
The pressure is on now. They're being shut out here in the second half after a decent first half offensively. But they need their best drive of the game right here. That's swung out wide to Harris.
And he'll have a gain of 3 to the 33.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 7.
Here's Jackson to throw. And the Falcons get there. The Falcons get the sack. Down he goes. Ed Reed, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
Okay, I'm not sure you could actually draw a better pass rush than that one right there. Nowhere to go outside. He had to keep backing up and backing up and backing up. Eventually dropped for a huge loss.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
On a huge mistake late, it's intercepted. Isaiah Simmons picking it off.
And they have possession, and they have it at the 38-yard line.
Well, Brandon, there's no question who they're going to look to on 3rd and long, but you can bet this defense knows that as well, so they're getting blanketed downfield. And this ball winds up being intercepted.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, they run with Smith.
And nothing much materializing there on the first down run. He'll get a couple, and that's it. Line of scrimmage, the 36 on 2nd and 8. Three points separating these two sides with 2 minutes left to go in the 4th. This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Throw left side, complete to Ross. And down right around the 32-yard line, 4 yards on the pickup. They'll come up now, 3rd and 3. They run up the middle with him, and that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as it comes with 1:15 left to go in the second half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and they stretch the lead to 6. It's 20-14 now. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
Looking up into the roof, and he muffs it. It's loose.
And this will get out of bounds. No worries there, though. That still goes as a touchback.
They'll come up 1st and 10 here. Throwing, Jackson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Here's Jackson.
Forced out to his left.
And he is going to get out of bounds with the first down, so that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
They're not out of it yet, but in order to come back, they need him to play clean football the rest of the way. He makes the correct read there, passing on challenging a blanket coverage and getting the first down with his legs instead.
Jackson.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. That's what they need right now. Get the first down, get out of bounds, stop the clock.
Just playing smart football, understanding the situation, making the plays necessary, and making sure that clock stops at every opportunity.
Finish up. 13. You.
Jackson.
Toward the sideline, and look at that catch. Dragging the toes, and that's going to be a first down. Well done. Working the sideline there. Good route, good catch. First down, and he gets out of bounds.
Now you have to like the play calling because you have to run some guys down the middle of the field to draw some of the defenders away. They can't just let them guard the sideline exclusively. That's how it's going to work. Sidelines and incompletions to use the clock.
Now Jackson.
Nice solid game there, partner, but the clock is starting to become his enemy.
Absolutely. Every second right now, more and more precious as it ticks.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. Jackson to throw. And this one incomplete. Oh, he couldn't hang on to it in the end zone, and that's one that'll haunt you. And now it brings up 3rd down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And they'll get this down to the 10. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts. And as the two teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
And here we are in the 4th quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Now flags come in. I think one of the Ravens got going a little early. One last shot for Jackson. That is caught. Touchdown, and no time remains. And they're an extra point away from winning this football game. No time on the clock. This to claim victory.